Question before the House is final passage of second substitute House Bill 1506. Remarks. The good lady from the 41st, Representative Senn.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It is a great honor to stand before you today with House Bill 1506 before us, trying to address the issues of unequal pay in our workplaces. Before I get too far into this, I want to be sure to remember to thank the good gentleman from the 38th and the good lady from the 14th for joining me on this journey and the hard work towards getting this bill passed. It has been 75 years since Washington State has updated its equal pay laws. And in fact, in 1943, we were a decade before the federal government adopted equal pay laws. But we have not updated our legislation since that time. And of course, as we all know, the economy has changed dramatically, and so has our entire world. So with this legislation, we are adding 2 new policies to our equal pay law. One that prevents employers from asking employees to keep their pay secret. As we've seen splash across headlines around the country and around the world, people are finding out that they're being paid dramatically different. And usually they discover that just from conversations with their colleagues. And so we want to make sure that men and women know if they're being paid unequally and have the protections against retaliation if they ask their boss or their supervisors why and for equal pay. The other component that we're adding is around career advancement opportunities. We will be the second state in the country to be looking at what's that next step around pay equality. It's not just about pay in particular, but it's also ensuring that women can have equal pay as they proceed up the ranks of their place of work. So we want to make sure that businesses don't keep promotional opportunities, training opportunities, other job announcement opportunities away from employees just because of their gender. So I'm very excited about that. But as we add these 2 policies to the equal pay bill, we're not done. I don't want anyone in this chamber to think that equal pay will be eradicated just because of these 2 new policies. But Washington State is a state of innovation and of creativity, and I am confident that communities, whether they're cities, counties, groups of people, or even other states, will come up with other ways to make sure that we do address equal pay. And I'm glad that in this legislation, there's not a preemption to prevent those policies from coming up. Otherwise, we might have to wait another 75 years to implement them. It's not a surprise to me that there are a number of people in the wings and in the balcony today listening to the passage of this legislation. And that is because, as women, we feel that there is pay discrimination. We know it, and we have been victims of that. And we are affected by it.
You're out of time, but I'd like to give you an additional 2 minutes. Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate that. We are affected by that. Our families are affected by that. We are impacted economically. Our families are affected economically, and our retirement is affected. And it's one of the reasons that women tend to be 80% more likely to live in poverty as seniors than men. So with this legislation that we're passing today, I look forward to addressing the equal pay gap, empowering women and men to talk about their wages, to address the issue when it comes before them, and not to be fearful of retaliation. And before I conclude, Madam Speaker, I just want to say that this legislation has been a collaborative effort with the business community, women's groups, and the labor community. And it's been a fabulous process, and I think the result before you is something that I know businesses will be able to implement, will want to implement, and it will be for the benefit of our entire economy, all the businesses and all the workers. So I want to invite you to join with me, Madam Speaker, in passing 1506. Thank you so much.
The Speaker is about to lock the roll call machine. The Speaker has locked the roll call machine. Clerk will take a record.
Madam Speaker, there are 70 yeas, 28 nays, 0 excused.
Having received a Constitution majority, second substitute House Bill 1506, as recommended by the Conference Committee, is declared passed.